How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you a strange video coming out of University Medical Center, or UMC, of El Paso, Texas. There's been quite a few of these events where nurses go on television, they get the virus vaccine live on camera. They did one of these at UMC El Paso that involved 5 nurses. Now, at least one of the nurses did not get the vaccine. UMC says he did get the vaccine, but a videotape shows that he did not get the vaccine. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you'll see what I'm talking about. There was a needle involved, there was a poke of the arm involved, but there was no vaccine involved. After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what was said and done in the video. I'll talk about UMC El Paso's response. Then I'll give you my 2 cents, my deep detail analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Some of our viewers have raised questions about video we showed from Tuesday's UMC event, specifically the second vaccine that was administered, and we do have some close-up video you'll only see on 9 this morning. Apologies to those who are squeamish when it comes to needles. You can see the UMC healthcare worker with his sleeve rolled up, but when it comes time for the injection, look at the top of the syringe. It appears the person administering the shot does not really push down on the plunger. It actually looks like the plunger is already depressed. Our viewers wondering whether the worker received the vaccine at all. Now, for comparison, let's take a look at one of the other injections administered just moments later to a woman. You can see the plunger is clearly pushed down all the way, and when we show them to you side by side, you might notice the difference. KTSM reached out to UMC for a comment. The spokesperson maintains all 5 healthcare workers were given full doses of the vaccine, but the hospital is taking a closer look at our video.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, that was crazy. All right, that couldn't have been no more clear. There's a video floating around on the internet right now. It's kind of going viral. It's a little bit grainy. You can still see what's going on. It's still pretty clear. There's no doubt about what's happening. But that video right there, you're talking about crystal clear, HD, 4K, 8K. There's no doubt in anyone's mind that that needle was empty. There was nothing in the needle. All right. It was totally empty. Not just from the point of view of no liquid being in there. I'm talking about the needle could not have anything in it. The plunger of the needle was already depressed. It was an empty needle, and the man got stuck with it. You saw the guy, fiddling with the plunger. It was an empty needle. He did not get any kind of vaccine at all, period. Now, UMC put out a statement, and I'll place that on the screen before you. They're basically saying, look, all right, he got a second shot after this one to clear up any kind of, confusion about him getting the vaccine the first time. So they're saying in this statement that he did get the vaccination the first time. It's like, no. Okay, let's stop right there. If you were to tell me, okay, the first vaccination, that was a mishap, it was an empty needle, we didn't really do right. If you were to say that and then say, okay, we're going to go reshoot it with an actual virus vaccine this time, I might accept it. Okay, things happen. It was a mistake. You're live on television and a lot of moving parts. I can understand if it was a mistake. It was an empty needle. All right, let's do it again and do it right this time and actually give him the vaccination. But you're saying that he got vaccination the first time on camera, and then you're saying you already gave him another one. And then in that same statement, you're saying that you got to come back in 3 weeks for his second dose, which means his third dose, because you said he got the vaccination the first time when we saw that he didn't get it. Then he got a second one. Then he's going to get a third one or a second one again. Like, pick one story and stick to it. All right. If he got vaccinated the first time, which he didn't, but if he did, why does it make sense to do it again? Just to instill confidence and to let everybody know that everything's above board? How about you give him the first vaccination? Because he clearly didn't get it the first time around. All right. The needle was totally empty. And you know what? This kind of works into my suspicions about a lot of these things just being all a dog and pony show, not even really being real. Okay. If I see a nurse on television getting the virus vaccine, allegedly, quote unquote, the virus vaccine, I'm thinking that it's a placebo right away. It's a placebo. It's not really real, you know. And my question would be, are any of them getting placebos? Are we still doing the trial phase because it just came out? Are we still doing the trial phase? Is it still experimental? That's my question. And I think that I might be right to ask the question. This could be experimental. We could still be in the trial phase, you know. And then they may see some reactions. Like I think there were 2 nurses in Alaska that had really bad reactions. So they're gonna, study those and then come back and say, oh, well, if you have X, Y, and Z disorder, don't take it. If you have this allergy, don't take it. So they're trying to figure out things on the fly. And then they give you a placebo and study that versus those that actually get it to see if there's any difference. So is this, are we doing trial phases? And then who gets the placebo versus a straight empty needle versus the full blast of the whole thing? Okay, how about a lady in New York, the black lady? Did she get the full blast or nah? She probably didn't get an empty needle. I'm pretty sure I saw that plunger depressed. So it was something there. It could have been a placebo. It could have been the full blast. It could have been anything. Who knows what's in these needles? I don't know. There's no way of anybody knowing. Okay, just like this whole thing with George W. and Slick Willie and who else? Barack Obama talking about they're gonna get the vaccine. It's like, really? You getting the vaccine now? I mean, I find it hard to believe that heads of state or former heads of state did not have any access to the same thing that Trump had and Ben Carson and Giuliani and everyone else, and also the drug that had been around for a very long time since World War II, HCQ. I won't say the full name here, but you already know what time it is. That drug's been around for a long time, proven to be effective. This is why the virus is not raging out of control in places like India and Africa, because they already take it over the counter for malaria prevention. It's a common third world drug. That's why the third world's kind of been protected against the virus, because they already got kind of immunity based on what they already have been taking from HCQ and other things, vitamin D, because they're outside all the time. You see what I'm saying? So they're kind of protected. I find it hard to believe that the heads of state or former heads of state would not have that kind of knowledge to protect themselves. Okay. So when they said they're going to take the vaccine on camera, I take it with a grain of salt and zero pun intended. All right. And I think that a lot of these things that are happening are a dog and pony show. I was feeling that same way before this whole fake needle thing happened. Okay. I was feeling that way before that. And the statement from UMC El Paso just kind of put the icing on the cake for me. It's like, really? You're trying to tell me that he got the vaccine on camera? I saw the needle. It was empty. It was a clear HD up close shot. And that was from the news out there in El Paso. This was not some kind of meme or some kind of edited thing. I'll put the source for my video in the box below. So it ain't just me doing it. I didn't do anything to it. All I did was just record my screen and put it in my video and show it to you. That's it. And again, a link will be in the box. You can see the original source for yourself. You can see the original of our video for yourself. You can see UMC's statement for yourself and make your own mind up. The needle was empty. And my question would be, how many more of these needles are either empty or have a placebo or don't have what they say is in it, meaning the virus vaccine? But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that UMC El Paso was right when they said that the nurse got the vaccine the first time? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. How did this even happen? How do you have an empty needle get put into somebody's arm talking about, oh, they got the vaccine? It's like, really? I mean, at a certain point, the person that's administering the test or the vaccine, same thing. Anyway, I digress. They have to know what's going on. If they're pushing the plunger and it's not pushing, they got to look at it and see that it's empty. Maybe before you put it into somebody's arm, you see if it's, full or not. And if you are in healthcare right now, if you're a nurse, CNA, doctor, whatever you are, how do you feel about what happened there? Like, as far as the needle itself, I was reading some comments. They were saying it's an insulin needle and, they were doing it wrong anyway. How do you feel about the whole scene that's happening with UMC El Paso and with some of these other televised vaccinations? I think it's all bogus. We know it's bogus. People are already getting sick and crazy side effects. I'll pass. If you want to take the vaccine, then knock yourself out. Go for it. But how about this? Make sure you get an actual needle that has a virus vaccine in it and not a placebo and not air or something stupid like that. All right. That'll be my advice to you if you really want to get it. It's too much foolishness right now and too much political theater happening right now for me to go anywhere near that vaccine with a 10-foot pole. Period. I don't take the flu shot anyway, so this one right here, with all this political stuff going on, I'll pass. That's a hard pass for me. But if you want it, then that's your business. This is not an anti-vax video. This is just an asking questions video. What's going on right there in that video with the empty needle talking about, oh, well, they got it the first time. We'll give them a second one. How much sense does it make to give someone a vaccine twice back to back? Let's stop it, UMC El Paso, and just be real. If you were to be real and say what happened, oh, it was a mistake, maybe I accept it. But this here, total foolishness, a farce. The needle was empty, period. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.